What's up, YouTube? I'm back. I'm here with my boy Abraham. What's going on, Abraham?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are staying blessed. I hope y'all are staying healthy. My boy Abraham over here. If you guys don't know, I'm a gymnast and a beginning boxer. So we're just gonna go over a few tricks, a couple cool stuff, show y'all what I'm about.
Alright, bet.
Let's get to it.
Let's get it. Do you want to show us first?
Alright, first up, I'm gonna show you some pretty basic stuff. We're just gonna go over a muscle up, front lever, back lever, and then we'll get into an iron cross.
Right.
So we out here in Columbus Park, you already know. It's pretty cold outside, but you know the
chilly
work
day,
never
guys.
stops.
It's very. He has his shirt off, but it's very cold out here.
Work never stops. Everything always
Nice.
clean.
Look at that. Clean. Got the gymnastics. So you already know he has good control. Nice. How long did it take for you to learn these things?
Oh, so I've been training for about a year, all the way in gymnastics. In terms of the strengths, these in general, 2 months. It takes a lot of dedication, and what I'm about to show you right now, iron cross, that shit took about 7 months.
Okay.
Straight. So right over here, what we have, what we call the iron cross trainers.
Right.
Now, this is the beginner level, and as you go up, advanced level.
Okay.
So, basically, what we're looking at here is we're trying to go from this to that.
Okay.
So, right now I'm going to show you first what it looks like on the rings, alright? A little bit out of breath, but that's all good.
You're good.
Those who don't know, you always want to stay in control of the rings. You want to be cool, calm, collected, and just go for it.
Look at that, guys. Control.
Always practice straight arm strength before you attempt the iron cross. You always want to make sure that you have a nice, good composure, you're ready to go, and by the time you hit the cross, it's really nothing for you.
And it looks like it involves a lot of core because your abs are crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of core strength that we got to do. We got to work our chest.
Right.
A great way I like to work my core personally, I like to do something called V-ups that
Yeah.
I'm about to show y'all right now. It's very simple. You can do this at home. This is a really nice way to get some great clean abs. All you're gonna do is like you're in a hollow body right over here,
Right.
and shoot up, just like that.
Okay.
Shoot up.
I used to do these a long time ago. They are no good. They are no joke.
Another thing you can do is a hollow body hold.
Yeah.
For about a minute, you can hold it like this, and you can see the abs are instantly engaged.
Right.
Hold that for about a minute if you can. You can go for 2 sets of 30 seconds, and that'll also do the trick.
Okay.
Now, in terms of prerequisites or what to do, especially when it comes to ring training, a lot of guys, when they start, they don't know exactly what to do first, because a lot of things in rings is always considered advanced. So what I like to do personally, if you're a beginner, we always want to introduce the concept of false grip.
Right.
So false grip basically is where you see where the damage over here is building calluses. You want to, it's like you're high-fiving somebody, and then you just grab the ring. It's like say psych. So you go from here, and you say psych. Now, one thing I like to do from here is I like to do what's called an L-sit dip. This is the fundamental basic of where everything starts.
Okay.
Everything starts from here. Now, if you can't get the false grip just yet, you can also use regular grip. You can switch it up. Go from here. Again, L-sit like this. You can also that. Now, if you want to work the back as well, the thing about ring work is really the amount of range that you can get.
Okay.
That's one of the best things about rings is I can literally go at any kind of range and get a full workout in regardless.
Right.
So again, to show it almost like a back pull up, I'm going to start just like this and then go up like that.
Nice.
Now to show how the back muscles are being worked, which we're also going to touch upon the rotator cuffs.
Yeah.
Again, good composure. Start the range like this, then shoot up.
Wow.
Just like that.
Everything is activated.
Everything gets activated. Now, we're going to move into some juicy stuff right now.
Let's get it.
Now, let's talk about the shoulders, and we're also going to talk about what we can do specifically. So, as a gymnast, especially on rings, we always want to go for the strength skills, iron cross, front lever, back lever, planches, all that good stuff. But the one thing that is also really important is knowing the rings from a handstand.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the rings, I always want to make sure, especially if you're training for the handstand,
Right.
make sure everything, is low for now. And as you get more advanced, because rings always start high, in gymnastics they are always high. So you want to make sure you train your shoulders. We're also going to talk about what shoulder workouts you can do. So you start from an L sit, or you can just start like this.
Okay.
And all I'm going to be doing is rocking myself back. Trust the rings.
Wow.
Trust them, and then move your legs up.
Oh, so you wrap your legs around to get that.
This is a great way to start, especially ring training. You can soon move on the cables. You can rest your feet right over here,
Okay.
Work your way on there. Now, for shoulder workouts, one of the things I like to do personally, the beginner way, is pike push-ups. Very simple, moving your hands out in this direction and just simply going down and back up. This is a simple movement, very simple. Like I'll show it again. You want to have the hands sticking out, all the way down, and all the way up. Now, to progress from there, we can move into a handstand push-up on a wall.
Right.
Now, this is a little bit more shorter than any wall, but we can still use it. Exactly. Use what you got, people. Use what you got.
That's it.
You never know. We'll walk our hands right over here. This is more intermediate, but as soon as you get good at pike push-ups, you can begin to start doing handstand push-ups, just like that.
That's tough.
Thank you. So now you can also do the same thing on the rings. Now you could also do pike push-ups on the rings. This is also a great way to work your shoulders. Again, very simple. Same concept. Rotate the rings, go down, and push down. Now, one of my favorite skills, which I've showed before for the Iron Cross, is called Pelican Stage 2. Pelican Stage 2 is one of my absolute favorite in terms of straight arm strength. It is intense, it is gruesome, but you gotta love it, you know what I'm saying? It's always the intense stuff that gets
you stronger.
Exactly. So, I'm also gonna show you stage 1. Now, in order for you to do Pelican Stage 2, we have to go over stage 1. Now, exactly what is stage 1? Simple. It's like I'm doing a push-up, right? But instead of just stopping, I'm gonna go all the way down, just like this, and back up. The higher the rings are, the harder it gets. And the same thing for Pelican Stage 2. Basic, same concept, but now the arms are straight, and I'm going all the way down. Just like that. Working your biceps, your chest, all of that. And that gets you to the Iron Cross.
It looks like your back was engaged too.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the most important thing in my opinion, which is ring health. In terms of how do you train for injury, how do you train for all this stuff. Number one thing I like to personally do, I like to train my neck also, just in case, because you never know when you can fall from somewhere. Doesn't matter if it's boxing or gymnastics, your head can take a lot of injury. So you want to make sure you're training your neck. Now, that's one of the first things I want to train, right? You know, making sure that we're good. Now, for the shoulder and for the back, that's also really important. One of my personal favorites is called the face pull. It's really, really nice because if you see the indents in the back, those are the muscles that are being worked. So it's very simple. I'm just gonna go like this, right? You want to be very postured over here. It's almost very elegant, and then just pull up like this, just like that.
It's like almost like an inverted row.
Exactly. The face pull, you want to activate everything. You don't want to go like this. You want to keep everything nice and postured up.
Right.
You can do these one set of 20. These are really good, and then you can speed it up too. Eventually, you can work your way to fingers. Exactly. Same thing, another good version. You can go inverted, go like this. Really good in the conditioning of rings. Right.
Yeah, that's similar to standing face pulls,
Exactly.
but in a different way.
Exactly. So now we're gonna get into a little bit of differentiation. We're gonna go over to the parallel bars.
Okay.
And let's go over some legless / compression work. So compression work, for those who don't know, is basically how far you can reach your legs to your face. Compression is really important, especially in gymnastics. We want to close the gap between an L sit to a V sit. So for those who don't know, this is an L sit right over here. Very simple. You want to hold this for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And after a while, that becomes your resting position. Eventually, you go from the L to the V. And we'll go over to the rings one more time. Now, is it possible to do a V on rings? Absolutely, absolutely. The same concept as well over here. Really, when it comes to rings, you want to look at pretty much if you're trying to get shredded, if you're trying to build control of your body, then this is the way to go. Rings is not just for the gymnast. That's one of the things I always want to be clear of. Rings, it is a hard, piece of equipment, and you do want to convey a lot of time into it, and that's how you'll know that you're really good at this kind of work. Same concept on the rings. All control. You want the rings turned out for the L, and the rings turned in for the V, as much as you can. All right.
Jungle, you want to try the rings? You want to try the rings? Nah, you can jump in. Like he can show you something real quick. Let's see.
Bet. So,
What I'm gonna do? Push up, dip.
shredded. Yeah. So we'll go for the dip now. Before you get into the dip, there's a lot of different kinds of dips. But first, let's see. Oh, we're jumping into it. Cool, complex.
That one I hate. But let's do
You
the
wanna
regular
look
one.
out. You wanna
Regular
look out.
one is this one, right?
Yep. Exactly. Look out and breathe. It's all about the breathing. It's all about the composure of the rings.
Give us 10, Jungle.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice.
Dominate the rings. You
3,
don't want the rings to dominate. There we go.
4,
And over time, especially within the months of doing this, you will
5.
absolutely shred.
I feel like this is way harder than regular dips because
course.
your stabilizers are constantly working. Like there's never a moment where it's not working.
And with gloves, it's more harder.
That's good.
We always want to opt for regular comp. Now, for the different types of dips, I'll go over the most important ones. The most important dip, especially for anybody, first up is the Bulgarian dip. Just want to get that chest action, really. You can hold it, I like to hold it for 15 seconds. I like to do sets of 10, then 15. Now, that's the first one.
Right.
Second one is the L-sit dip. Control, collected, everything control. It works the triceps really well. Now this one is called the RTO dip. This one is one of my personal favorites.
Chest. Triceps.
Hold that for 15 seconds if you can. Push up.
It's up in the scapula too.
The rings are always turned out for that
Yeah.
one. And that one is the most difficult in my personal opinion. Because the rings are always turned out, and as you dip, your hands want to come inward. They want to close the gap. But you got to force your hands to stay that way. And it's going to work your upper chest. That one is the killer, especially if you want to develop that rotating strength. It really works well. It really works well.
Nice.
So without further ado, we'll shift gears. Going to some boxing work.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, man, for showing us some ring training and some static holds and stuff like that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
All your
problem.
information is going to be in the description down below.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Abraham.
Yeah, no problem. Stay fresh, guys.
With this, you don't need anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much
it's like a
it.
full body gym right
Yeah.
here. Like, you can do so many things with these rings. All right, man. Until next time.
Next time.